What's going down, Phone Dog? I'm Aaron, and Android is finally showing up on AT&T. First it was the HTC Inspire 4G, and as of today, it's the Motorola Atrix 4G, announced at CES, widely regarded as one of actually the best phones that came out at CES. 1 GHz dual-core NVIDIA Tegra 2 processor, 4-inch QHD display, so add another high-resolution name to the list, you know, Retina, Super AMOLED, now QHD. Android 2.2 with MOTOBLUR, 5-megapixel camera on the back, front-facing camera. It's a feature-packed device, and it's available for $199. Now here's the kind of the weird thing with the pricing. $199.99 for the phone. If you buy the laptop dock, it's $499.99. But if you buy them, you buy the laptop dock a couple of days later, it's still $499.99. So they're trying to hook people in with those accessories on day one or the day that you purchase it. Otherwise, pretty cool device. I've played with it for a few minutes. Haven't had much hands-on time with it. We're going to check it out in the unboxing, and we'll see what comes in the box as well. Special thanks to our friends at Best Buy Mobile. They've hooked us up, or going to hook us up, with 2 of these for use in our One Paw Bandit game. You go buy this at Best Buy Mobile, not only do you have to not have any rebates, but you also walk out working. Web setup, email setup, call setup. Hey, that's pretty cool, and it saves you time. Enough of that, let's get into the unboxing and kind of first impressions of the Motorola Atrix 4G. Is it the best Android device to have on AT&T? We'll find out. The first dual-core NVIDIA Tegra 2 device is finally here. The Motorola Atrix 4G on AT&T, as I said, $199.99 for the device. If you buy the device in the dock at the time of purchase, it's $499.99. Otherwise, the dock itself is $499.99. So, it's one of those things. If you want the dock, get it. If you're out in the fence, I would say, it's going to be more expensive, but I would say hold off. There's a media dock as well that you can buy. I think it's $189.99. But I've been playing with the device for a few minutes. I actually literally just walked out of the store. I had to buy this AT&T PR. They ran out of these devices for review units. So I bought this, and for the most part, in the few minutes I've had it, I can't really give a judgment because I've only played with it for like 15 minutes. But it's a pretty solid device, and actually the screen, it's nice to see it untethered. The screen is larger than I thought it would be in real life. Now I'm going to do these a little bit differently going forward. At least I'm going to try it and see what you guys think. Now, honestly, these come with almost the same thing every time in the boxes, so spend less time on the box and do more kind of first impressions on the device. But let's talk about what actually is in the box. You have the device, obviously, the battery, the AC adapter. This is a new one, the standard HDMI cable. It's nice, AT&T is not really known to pack a lot in their boxes. It's nice to see that HDMI cable, and then of course a quick start guide. Here's what the back looks like: wireless keyboard, laptop dock, multimedia dock, standard dock, and vehicle dock. So they've really done a good job with trying to create an ecosystem of accessories around this device. So whether music's your thing, you can get the media dock. If typing is your thing and you want that multimedia laptop accessory, you can get that as well. Vehicle dock. So it's as they're saying, it's redefining the line between a smartphone and a laptop. It's a smart top. It's a lap phone. A top phone. Never mind. Anyway, Android 2.2 Froyo, but it does come with MOTOBLUR. That's going to be a love-hate thing for a lot of people. I don't care for MOTOBLUR. I mean, Motorola's applications platform, which is what comes on the Droid X, is okay, but I'm not a huge fan of Blur. Anyway, webtop application, which is what comes when you buy the laptop accessory. Dual-core processors, I said, and MOTOBLUR, as I said. If you do buy it, apparently it's subject to a $35 restocking fee. Let's see here. Quick start. Phone isn't there because I took it out of the box. Here's the battery door. We'll pull that out. Go ahead and put that on the back of the device. Here's your HDMI cable. Go ahead and rip that out and take a holy crap. That is a durable bat. Jeez. I need like scissors to keep at the desk at all times for these things because I'm not. So there's an HDMI cable, and that's pretty high quality HDMI cable. It's nice and thick, and you can see the actual port area is very nice. Well, pretty kudos to Motorola and AT&T for providing something that isn't cheap like most of the phone manufacturers do. USB cable, again, very typical USB cable. It's the same one, the EcoMoto USB cable. And then the AC adapter module. Nothing's changed here. I'm hesitant to even open these because nothing's changed. You can see AC adapter module. And then Motorola Atrix 4G, your connection, your setup help for MOTOBLUR, and then safety, regulatory, and legal information, and a little pamphlet. Let's see. Amazing apps to keep you entertained. So you get some reading material, some good weekend reading material. Need to stop with the voices. So here's the battery door, and we'll pop that on. We'll get these bags out of the way. And it's funny because the power button's kind of hidden on this device, so it took me a good minute and a half to find the power button because I couldn't remember from the CES demo where in the heck it was. But I'll show you. Close that. Hey, thank you for purchasing. You're welcome, because I actually did purchase it. It was $530. Anyway, here's the device. Motorola Atrix 4G. You can see that front-facing camera, and let me go ahead and slap the battery door on that so we get a picture. And it's funny, I guess I could have put the battery door on like a normal human and seen the power lock button, but I didn't realize that was actually the power/lock button. I'm over here looking at the sides like, where in the heck is the power button? But it turns out that is the power button over here. So it's over here in the back. You power it on and off that way. You have your volume rocker on the right side, nothing on the bottom, your HDMI port and micro USB charging port on the left side, and then your 3.5mm headphone jack on the top. 5-megapixel camera with a flash on the back. And then this is a pretty cool feature, which I haven't activated yet, but I'll let you know in the full review how it works. There's a fingerprint swipe to secure unlock, so you can set a security password that's active on your fingerprint. So you slide it down like that, and it unlocks the device, as opposed to doing a pin or drawing or something like that. So, you know, one of those features that distinguishes it from every other device. Typical capacitive buttons here, but let's see what comes in the box. And, you know, like I said, in the 5 or 10 minutes I've played with it, I can't really give you an accurate indication, but it's been very fast so far. I'll be interested to see how the battery holds up. It has a gigantic battery. I think it's 1,930 milliamps, if I remember. But, you know, Tegra 2 does take a lot of juice. So you have Blur, the typical AT&T stuff, code scanner, family map, navigator, blockbuster, etc., etc. I'm not going to bore you with that. My AT&T. And then the typical Blur applications like, you know, Files, Phone Portal, Social Networking, Task Manager, and then you have the standard Google apps as well. You have your 7 home screens. I mean, it's very typical Blur setup. Nothing's changed here. But overall, I've been very pleased with the speed of the device. Let's do the usual check and see if you can sideload applications, which I doubt you can. Yep, no ability to sideload apps on this device. So, you know, if hacking's your thing, you're either going to have to put a custom ROM on this, which you can do. The Atrix 4G has already been rooted. Check our site for more details on that. But otherwise, you know, if you stick with the stock Android 2.2 build that comes on it, you're not going to be able to sideload applications. Otherwise, let's take a quick look at the browser and see how the pinch to zoom look. Let's load up phonedog.com. You can see it, the Motorola multi-touch keyboard comes with it. PhoneDog. Actually, let's see what other keyboards come with it, if anything. Input method, swipe comes with it as well. That's increasingly becoming the case. Swipe's pre-installed on most of these devices. And you can see, load it up, load it up, load it up. This is a 4G device as well. It's the second device to support HSPA+, AT&T's HSPA+, after the Inspire 4G. But here's to hoping. I love the Inspire 4G. The build of the Inspire 4G, in my opinion, is actually better than the Atrix. It's a nice metal form factor. It's the Desire HD, but rebranded as AT&T. The downside to the Inspire, the battery life is terrible. 1,230 milliamp battery, and just not impressed. But you can see, I mean, this thing's running Flash, and that's pretty darn fast for an Android browser. You can see pinch to zoom, very responsive. The page isn't even fully loaded yet, and you know, it's pinch to zoom is pretty quick. And you know, one thing I've been quick to criticize Android on, you know, is the web browsing capabilities, the overall media capabilities aren't up to par in comparison to the iPhone. Android does a great job at a lot of things, don't get me wrong, but the web browsing, you know, somebody that's new to either platform, I think iPhone, the web browsing is very fluid, the transition effects are very good. And something like this is very fast, and even with Flash running, I mean, this is a definite step forward, a positive step forward to combating iPhone. Typical browser options there as well. Otherwise, you know, like I said, stock MOTOBLUR tools and applications here, but I'm sure we'll find much more in the coming days in the full review. Much more coverage to come on the Motorola Atrix 4G on PhoneDog.com. We'll do in-depth tests of the video recording or the HD samples. We'll do reviews, dogfights, a lot of coverage to come on the site. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/PhoneDog. And be sure to follow me on Twitter, PhoneDog_Aaron. Ask me some questions you have about this device. I wish I could have bought the laptop dock, but I wasn't willing to spend another $500 because there's just something about spending $1,000 on a phone that I just couldn't do this morning. Keep it locked on the site for continuing coverage. We'll have much more in the coming days and weeks. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.